Okay, looks like we are good. Hello and welcome. Oh my god. I forgot I changed the webcam. I was all hidden. Welcome back, one and all. There we go, I forgot light too. Welcome back to the Zhao Ming Easy to Watch campaign. This is part 4, the last part. We are just finishing up the battle against the dwarfs, the Dawi, A Grudge Too Far, Endgame Crisis, and last time we left off on kind of a difficult note because we are under attack by Thorek Ironbrow. So we're going to hop right into a battle today and we'll see how it goes. The advantages are I have Zhao Ming himself, who as you can see has a lot of abilities. I have some crane gunners and some rank 8 grand cannons. Unfortunately they have 2 armies, which is going to be pretty tough. 2 armies is 1 more army than we have. So as you might expect, balance of power is not exactly in our favor. Gonna have to set up carefully. First off, Zhao Ming, rank 41, definitely gonna have to be in the front, taking the majority of the damage. Next, we have our crossbowmen. They're gonna be next. And then actually, it looks like Iron Hail Gunners have less range. So I want all of my stuff to be firing at essentially the same time. So we have this line here where all of our stuff is going to be shooting in this area, and so we only have to defend that. And I do have a pretty powerful spellcaster, which is going to help. So between the spellcaster and Zhao Ming, who is also a powerful spellcaster, and luckily Zhao Ming has the Lore of Yang, which means I can actually deal some damage to this army beforehand. You can see their plan is going to be to wait for their reinforcing army, and because it looks like we're on forced march, so there's no battle time limit, so the only hope is going to be that we can actually win the battle outright. Slow down a little bit here. For those who don't know, by holding down space, you can see these faint green lines. That is the max range of everything. And I'm going to be moving troops forward just a bit because I want them to be able to cover Zhao Ming while he's casting these devastating fire spells. Now I believe I have regeneration. I have the Banner of the Eternal Flame, and I do have regeneration. Zhao Ming has 2 health bars, which is going to be the only way that I can win. Because he's going to need to soak up all of the damage for us to have a chance. You can see here, they're coming for Zhao Ming. The the Fire Rain rockets are going to start firing soon. In the meantime, I can waste some ammunition. Well, not waste it, but spend it, because it is still hitting me a little bit. Fire Rain rockets should be going any second now. There we go. That is a lot of damage. Now Thorek Ironbrow could potentially be an issue, but what I can do is Plague of Rust him and Glittering Robe myself. So this is going to be a relatively one-sided battle. Extra Vigor is always good. Final Transmutation will be a powerful spell, but only when the battle is really joined in earnest. Now, I could switch into my dragon form here, but it would actually make their ranged units more effective. So I'm not doing that yet. I would like to dual Thorek Ironbrow, get the kill, And then we can worry about the rest of the army. Because as a level 38 Lord, Thorek is by far the scariest thing on the battlefield right now. Zhao Ming alone could probably fight this whole army, excluding the Lords. Okay, it's time to pull back and heal a little bit more. I can now do Final Transmutation Overcast to start doing group damage. It's not the most efficient, but again, I really would like Thorek Ironbrow to die. That's the most important thing in this battle. I cannot overstate enough that Thorek Ironbrow is the reason that we will lose this battle if we do lose it. Unfortunately, they managed to snipe my other spellcaster. I'm not really sure how. I guess... yeah, I don't know what they did. So I'm stuck with just Zhao Ming's Lore of Yang, which is quite powerful. I'm gonna go into dragon form and go take out all of this artillery. Unfortunately, I seem to be stuck. This is a bug that happens sometimes with the dragons, where they get stuck on ground units. Which is obviously not supposed to happen. This bug could lose us the whole battle. Okay, looks like we managed to get through. But we took army losses because of that bug. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That much damage on Zhao Ming right away, just a huge problem. That's a really unfortunate way to start. But there you go. That is sometimes the way of Total War Warhammer 3. That army is dead. I think
Cathay,
there is still one army nearby that can help. But it may be that we have to wait for our gigantic gigantic stacks to come, like this one here that's full of terracotta sentinels. If we look at the victory conditions here, we need to occupy 6 of these, and we just lost Karazakarak. It looks like that was my last army over there. Very unfortunate. These armies here are going to be able to get to Karak Norn and take that out in relatively short order. 3 armies will be sufficient. And looks like the Great Bastion threat is going to be a couple of turns. Now my main priority is to make sure that these Terracotta Sentinel armies are going towards Karazakarak. That one is. That one is. And I basically don't care about what might be attacking them on the way, because so many Terracotta Sentinels can basically not be stopped by anything. It's just a question of 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 turns to make that happen. And I'm done building stuff.
Reporting. Our supremacy is assured.
Oh, I can upgrade outposts, I suppose. But there's...
You working with me?
Hello, Generative Grammar. How are you today? We're in the final stages. Unfortunately, the first battle ended due to a bug where a dragon got stuck because of ground units. Now, I could fight this manually, but I just don't care about it, so I won't. Again, picking your battles really, really important.
Beyond reason, beyond sanity. Shaper of the 8 winds.
I am going to force march this. I'll take one turn of attrition in order to fight with my full army faster. That's okay. Let's see. Crane Gunners, Firing Rockets, Celestial Dragon Guard, Great Longbow Riders. Campaign movement range is good.
To the people.
Actually, I'm at Yang 6, so I'm going to do the Yin upgrade. I'm totally okay if this army tries to fight 19 terracotta sentinels.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
And at some point, Yao and Zhao Ming will... or Zhao Ming and Yao Ming. Miao Ying... Jesus, I don't even remember.
Working with me?
Point is, the legendary lords will come back at some point. Miao Ying, Zhao Ming. The fact that they both have an M in there, it's too much. Got a caravan completed. Now I have this level 20 caravan lord that I'm going to keep using to try to fight.
Offspring of dragon.
And I think,
Child of the Nine.
if I am reading this correctly,
Shall be effortless.
Child of the Nine.
I need to use my strongest army to attack first, because that does help in auto-resolve combat.
It is my
Worst
calling.
case scenario, I'll have to fight this manually.
Naturally.
And so I want to fight with something that has
I will
artillery.
be obeyed. It shall please the
But I think this should be an auto-resolve win.
Make your
Yes, it is.
ancestors proud. Bend
Okay,
Cathay's
there we go.
will.
We look at the victory conditions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we just need to get to Karazakarak. And let's see, Miao Ying is 1 turn, Zhao Ming is 2 turns. Now we can move.
Gun Lord.
Are you not bored to play late game? Usually I can't find any desire to play after quick victory. Well, so I am playing all of the endgame crises because I just want to see what they're like. Now, in this case, I have such strong armies that I enjoy using them. And I can quickly get through turns by automating a lot of it so that I can get to big fun battles. But I will say in my own campaigns, I probably won't do a lot of the endgame crises. And I like doing it on stream because if you don't have an endgame crisis, you don't get a big victory screen that pops up. And I like seeing the big victory screen. More satisfying. It's a better way to end
Let's not allow
the stream and the day.
We are ordered.
At this point, what I'm concerned with is keeping the 5 settlements that I have. So let's take a look at where they are. Arakadrin, there are no enemies nearby, so I'm not too worried. Arakazorn, same thing. Araknorn, have some armies there. Arakern. Am I at war with these guys? No, I'm not. Not at war with the Empire, so that's fine. And Zufbar, also okay. So pretty much all I have to do is continue to move
destiny.
my troops. It's just going to be a few more turns before the giant Terracotta Sentinel armies close in on Karazakarak.
Celestial ancestors.
The other thing about having so many armies moving to the west is they have armies moving to the east to try to take stuff out,
Dragon-blooded.
and it will discourage them from actually fighting me because I have gigantic armies right there.
The Western
So it might force them to turn around and buy me some more time to get to that victory condition. Okay, so this is going to be a fun battle. I can't wait to do this battle because I love gigantic units and I love doom stacks. And they are injured due to attrition, But that's okay. I still think this is going to be really satisfying to watch and to play. Because I just love Terracotta Sentinels. And I think a Terracotta Sentinel Regiment of Renown is the single strongest unit in the game. So one thing about single entities like this is you want to stack them as much as possible. So they basically act like one unit. That will hurt us a little bit for the beginning when there's artillery. But when we actually get to the enemies, it'll help a lot.
On gilded foot.
Now, they have a lot of armor piercing. I'd like to deal with their cannons, but first off is of course going to be the Lord.
I will go, leading the
They're
way.
doing a ton of damage to this Dragon-Blooded Shogun Lord. I'm going to give myself 44% damage resistance. I could do 100% mass, which will be really good for breaking through these lines. But actually, I just want to do some fun fire spells, like this. Man, Longbeards are really hard to kill. Alright, well, my lord died. That's fine. Now it's just going to be about watching these Terracotta Sentinels do their thing. They're just such cool. There, before they fight, look at this unit. Look at how crazy. Imagine you're the dwarves here, and this is what you see. Does a sick spin move like that. Oh, and he did a jump. Look at that. Yeah, I find these unbelievably satisfying to watch fight. So obviously the ones in the back aren't quite doing as much damage, but it is helping because each individual Terracotta Sentinel isn't getting surrounded. So since I have them going after the Lord, getting a little distracted, let's come on to the Lord. You can't even see the Lord, there he is. Obviously they are doing a lot of damage, and one of the problems is that Terracotta Sentinels can't actually attack this gyrocopter, but that is what it is. 17 units, they have 2,600. Really curious to see how it goes. Now, I will say, this Lord is crazy tanky. He just is not dying. Borgrim is level 50. Which is pretty bad. I'm actually surprised. I guess it's because dwarfs have so much armor piercing. Oh, and there's Oath of Vengeance, stuff like that. They are killing quite a few units each. But that's okay. Problem is my Dragon-Blooded Shogun Lord died so quickly. But we'll take out everything that we can. It's going to be about 1,000 units. And trading 20 Terracotta Sentinels for 1,000 units is not the best trade, but it's okay. The biggest problem is I don't have a really strong lord to lead that army. Go boys. Hello, Benedict. We're at the point in the game where it's just tons of Terracotta Sentinels. Decisive victory, auto-resolve. I am definitely going to get extra experience because I want the Sentinels to be as strong as possible. Because they're a melee unit, they get the most benefit from experience. Now, let's see. There aren't a lot of dwarfs over here.
Shogun Lord reporting.
So I think what I can do is I can leave my
Redouble your speed.
worst army
Fate reveals a path. Great journeys require rest.
in this settlement.
Dragon-blooded Shogun.
That'll keep it alive, and then I can bring these other armies to try to get to Karazakarak.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
Yeah, we're only a few turns away now.
It benefits the Empire.
Let's see. Astute General or Excellent... Oh, definitely Astute General. And let's do Inspiring Presence.
Surely.
If I'd thought about this, I would have probably had my... lords start by going down the red line so that I could improve the big boys, but I didn't think about it. Building upgrade, outpost upgrade, sure, why not? Let's go. Finish your vampire campaign in an effort to finally play through all the factions campaigns. Okay, cool. How was the vampire campaign? I really like playing vampires. They're a lot of fun. Their magic I find really satisfying. One thing that I will say I will probably never do is the Ultimate Endgame Crisis, because it just would take so long. That would have to be like a special request from, I don't know, from a Patreon or something like that, or like a 1,000 subscriber milestone. Like when people do that, I'm just in awe of the patience to deal with everything blowing up at the same time. Now, all my armies are moving. There's really not a ton that I have to do. I'm just focused on, let's see, I'll get Yang. And
New destiny.
I do have a lord that hasn't moved, but that's just that one. And now I think this one here will move there. Yeah, should be all good. Vlad's start was absolutely brutal. Yeah, Vlad's start has been the hardest vampire one since the first game. Actually, it's always been hard. Battle Royale for 40 turns, you finally stabilized. Now, one of the things that is sort of counterintuitive is that if you can, like, the harder the start, if you can live through it, actually the better the campaign is after, because all your stuff is leveled up so much that your lords will be way stronger than everything else. One of the problems that I have right now is that the dwarf lords are high level. Like, Thorgrim being level 50 is a big problem. Okay, so we're under attack here. I think we can win this battle. Range plus 20%. Definitely we use on a cannon. I think this is a win. So far I've Ugath, Friends, Cathay, and now Vlad completed. Yeah, smashing stuff is really fun. Whew. You're probably gonna be beating stuff at about the same rate that I am, or maybe even faster, because it only takes 3 or 4 days to win a campaign. This looks like a good position, but because of this big rock, it actually sucks, so I'm gonna set up here. It's really important when you get ranged units to look down from their perspective, because you can pretty frequently screw yourself by neglecting line of sight. You see, I do have some allied forces in this army. Heaven's Spellcaster could be good. You can just go over here. I'm feeling pretty decent about this fight. This is a much more powerful Shogun Lord. Now, unfortunately, the Lore of Yin doesn't do nearly as much direct damage, but I can still do things like reflect their units, and I do have Bound Flock of Doom, which is really, really strong. Am I getting Tears of the Kingdom tomorrow? Absolutely. My girlfriend is obsessed with Legend of Zelda. So the thing is I won't be able to play it. But we're definitely going to get it. I'll be able to play it soon-ish. We're reflecting some of their stuff back. I can get some ancestral warriors to take out this artillery. This is the big issue with dwarves, is that if their artillery is left unchecked, then you're gonna have a bad time. Also a bonus, this level 28 Lord is staying back to try to fight it. So that means their infantry is just fighting into our completed lines. I do have some bound spells as well. And this Astromancer is pretty high level, so I should actually be in a decent spot to defend as well. I'm feeling good about this battle.
Take arms!
Definitely want to get a dub. What I don't want to do is fight a Sugar Gun Lord into a Dwarf Lord, because this Rune Lord will absolutely smash this Dragon-Blooded Sugar Gun. It will be unfortunately not close. But we're doing quite a bit of damage with our artillery. Their artillery has been mostly shut down. I can summon some more warriors there. And then I'm going to come back to the fight because I want to be using this Flock of Doom on the bulk of their army. It matters more to silence their guns rather than to kill them. Killing them obviously is a very good way to silence them, but it's not critical that they actually die. But it is critical that they stop shooting at me. Now, let's see. I'm gonna deflect their projectiles back. I seem to not have Greater Arcane Conduit. Which is... I guess they just have regular Arcane Conduit. It's okay. But I have a lot more spells that I could be using. These organ guns have been silenced, so I need to silence these. Those catapult throwers are not firing. We're almost good on dealing with our artillery. Let's see, we've killed 600 and lost 300. That's 2-to-1 ratio. If we keep doing that, that is going to be a win. Really want this bound spell to do a lot of damage right here. Also a bound Flock of Doom. This should be big in terms of balance of power. It didn't really seem to do anything, unfortunately. Iron Drakes are a problem. Slayers are a problem. Really just all the dwarf units are problems. Even the miners, because they can silence my guns. Now, let's see. Talons of Night? That's what I want to do. If I can kill this blob, I think this will be a win.
Seeking Cathay's foe!
But it's still awfully close.
Retreat! Withdraw! Eradicate them!
By Shenyang's command!
I'm also in a position where
Retreat!
I'm sort of out of tricks. My cannons have been in melee for a while, so they haven't been able to shoot. I'm pretty much out of magic. I have a lot more in reserve, but it's just taking so long.
The celestial faithful!
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a loss. That's unfortunate. I really thought we had a good chance, but they were able to effectively silence the Grand Cannon. If I had Fire Rain rockets, that might have made the difference, but I don't think I had the ability to get them at this point. I am going to save magic to try to do another Talons of Night. I think that's the only chance that I have. That's army losses. Damn. I think it was a pretty good fight, but not quite enough. Rip. Yeah. What I hope is that... no, this army was on forced march, so this army's dead now. I have another army right next to this one, so if I can turn and fight it, this turn, I can definitely beat those 500 troops.
A dragon does not
I will absolutely accept this peace treaty. I'm getting totally rocked.
care for a demonstrate. The Iron Dragon.
Now, Karazakarak is my last objective that I need to hit.
You watch.
But with this,
The
what
Lord
I'd like to
Magistrate
do
stands ready. This dishonors our
is
masters.
There is merit in this.
have two of my stacks merged
Redouble
together.
your speed.
Or not merge together, but fight together. And then we can take a settlement and just keep spawning armies right here.
Shogun Lord
Because
reporting.
the armies I have should be strong enough, but they're not
My
close
ancestors
enough.
require it.
Okay, so I really need
Celestial
kill this army
ancestors. I
before they start to
will
replenish
be
and
obeyed.
before they kill Karakarn. Definitely want to get some walls there.
Dragon-blooded sugar.
The only settlements I care about building up are the victory settlements now. Just keep building stuff there. Let's see. That
Natural.
should be an easy win.
Blooded sugar.
There
Cathay
is
the dead.
battle happening here, but there's only the one army, so this should be able to take care of it pretty easily.
Never flag, never falter. Fate
Actually, can I
reveals
just
the
move
path.
here and then attack from the gate? Yeah.
Cathay eternal. We shall prevail.
The dragon-blooded.
Okay. Garrison Lord not moved. That's this one.
I can.
So now I can start to move him back this way. And let's see. I'm gonna get rid of this in exchange for walls. Ark Norn.
Celestial
I'll be able to build walls there soon. Arakazorn. Walls there.
Something disrupts us.
If I had done this more effectively at Karazakarak, this would have been a victory yesterday. So I'm really trying to make up for mistakes of the past. And yep, should be good.
Shogun Lord.
You can use
reporting.
heroes and stack assault units to delete armies before even engaging them.
Alchemist of the House of Secrets.
I could. It just would take a long time. Actually, I have Parag Dramar right there. That's relatively close, so I'm going to start spawning armies from there. It will still take a long time because Cathay has
Cathay eternal.
absolutely terrible
Prevail.
Fight in perfect harmony.
local recruitment. This army here at the Grimhold is going to be an issue.
Are order. They are.
Let's see.
Wind Shaper.
I've dealt with this.
I am a rune lord, not some smith.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start to mass recruit from allies like Doom Scorpion and I don't know, Stone Giant. And that's the maximum
Service is every
ally capacity for that. What can you do?
Shogun Lord.
Hango
reporting.
Chen,
Adorn my
Sten
chamber,
Karakarn,
my child of the Nine.
and
A dragon needs you now.
yeah. Sky Lanterns are kind of garbage. But I can at least get one army from there. Now, what I can do is
The dragons would approve.
On guard.
I'm not nuts about taking attrition on Terracotta Sentinels, because that's a lot of damage that they would have to do.
There must be improvement.
Casualty replenishment rate, yeah, I have to stick with that. There's nothing else that's really useful. And decreasing winds of magic hurts me way more than it hurts the dwarfs, because they don't use magic. And, yep.
The dragon-blooded.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm gonna start recruiting lots of heroes, and maybe that will help. But there aren't a lot of units by Karazakarak right now.
Sing Young's name.
And I have 2 stacks, 220 stacks of Terracotta Sentinels, which I suspect will be enough to take it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Earn the Emperor's boundless love.
But we are
Cathay
clearing out
Eternal. We shall prevail.
a lot of their stuff. It's just a long war.
To arms.
A long war and a
Sing
lot of
Young's
dwarfs.
name.
Again, this is taking longer because this is a bigger endgame crisis than I had previously
When Miao Yin
previously
asks,
done.
you answer.
Most of the most useful troops. Oh, here we go. There's like 3 armies right there. Definitely want to... It's worth fighting Tretch in order to get
We are
replenishment.
order. They are rub. Harmony.
See, this is a huge amount of battle power
Gun Lord reporting.
that I'm getting
Zhen Yang
by
shows the way.
Occupying that.
Offspring of dragons. Celestial ancestors.
Now, I don't want that to move. Oh shit, there's 2 armies right here.
Descended from celestial
What I have to do...
Siblings respect. Willing.
The other problem is Cathay has like no regiments of renown. Because these 2 armies will easily be able to take Karak Norn.
Yin and Miao.
Let's see.
I shall sow destruction.
This lord hasn't moved. Man, it's a long way to Karazakarak, huh? But this is the spot where I need to get lots of heroes. Shit, where can I get lots of heroes? Okay.
Alchemist of Shangyang. Alchemist of Shangyang. Alchemist of the House of Secrets. Outcast.
3 level 24 lords for heroes. Pretty
The
good.
Iron Dragon's disciple. Metal and fire. Alchemist ready. Forbidden elixirs.
Now let's see. Can I get Astromancers anywhere? I can get Astromancers here. Okay.
Astromancer of Grand Cathay.
Yeah, it's gonna be hero stacks.
Celestial Court.
Are funnily enough gonna be faster to
Astromancer of Grand
recruit
Cathay.
than regular
I
stacks.
stand ready. After I have consulted my texts,
And I'm just sending them all by Karazakarak because they're gonna hop into any armies
I
where
know of a way.
something has died. Caravan Dispatch, once again, gonna send that one through Dwarven territory. Okay. You can always use the old Total War tactic of 10 heroes, clump up the enemy AI while 9 rocket arty. Yeah, that's true. That is always a possibility. I'm feeling good about those 2 10 stacks of Terracotta Sentinels.
Let's not allow blessings.
If they fight together, I think there's a pretty good chance that that will work. But this is part of why
It would be folly.
I didn't commit to doing a second campaign today, because I suspected it was going to take quite some time to actually finish off this endgame crisis.
Strategize.
Okay, you can live here. Okay, now there's 3 armies closing in on this. That's getting
Dragon.
really bad.
Shenyang shows the
So
way.
what I am going to do is put Zhao Ming
Iron Dragon.
into the settlement,
Wind shaper. Serve and honor
because he is a stronger lord.
Brave.
And fuck, what have I even not gotten?
A new destiny.
It suits my purposes.
And Auric Ironbrow is a
My
problem, but
mother would approve.
it's not. He's not a problem that I can solve right now.
Natural.
I'm kind of in a race against time, actually. I really want to
It shall please the dragon.
get this battle
Path of destiny.
to happen
Wipe them out!
like now.
Fight! In order to ranks! The Celestial Empire Virgins.
Wind shaper.
Speed and unity win the day.
Like, if I can get here in 2 turns, I might be able to hold off
Fade.
these armies for that length of time.
The Celestial Blacksmith.
Secrets and potions.
And I can send all my heroes here.
Demolition is my goal. I seek warpstone.
Metal and fire. Beneath
I think these heroes might not actually end up doing anything. Unless I can start to build them from
Commander
like
of the great
here.
city.
Yeah, there's no point. Everything is too far away.
Born to rule.
Unless this takes a long time. Which, you know what? Just in case.
I stand apart. Alchemist of Shangyang. Once my experiment.
I hope this doesn't take long enough for these heroes to matter. But just in case.
Of Grand Cathay.
They are quite strong. Which is nice.
The dragon blooded.
Orgrim is here for some reason.
Lord Magistrate.
There's a lot of dwarf armies coming over.
I wield the celestial wind. Only Shenyang could do that.
The Iron Dragons.
The worst case scenario would be if... Oh, yeah. Easy intercept. The worst case scenario would be if I take Karazakarak right after losing the other place, because then I'd have to walk all the way across the map over there. Now, let's see.
Celestial ancestors.
Yeah, so I need to stay here to defend against that.
Get out.
We're under attack here.
Duty and unity.
Remain free.
Attacking one army at a time is really going to be the way to go.
Would do.
Zhao Ming is now extremely strong.
Boon to my experiments.
There's still 2.5 stacks there.
Astromancer of the Celestial Court.
You can go over there.
Forbidden elixirs.
Many feet, one purpose.
2 arms in Zheng Yang's name.
Should be pretty quick
Child of
that we get
the
to
Nine.
Karazakarak. I mean, it's
A
right
thoughtful
there.
maneuver.
Just need to not lose in the meantime.
Their lands will suffer.
Heavens show the way. Beyond even miracles,
And Zhao
Storm
Ming.
Dragon.
Now I'm gonna do crossbowman. Okay, should be good. It should be a win. Hopefully next turn,
Natural authority.
unless something goes disastrously.
Above all.
But I definitely would not have had time to do this yesterday because we were barely in time to the show, which was a great show.
Why would I bother?
Reckless, foolhardy, absurd.
Astromancer.
Forbidden elixirs.
At least I have lots of heroes now. That's kind of fun.
Do not believe the slander about. Cathay Eternal!
Meanwhile, the War Host of the Apocalypse is just continuously hitting me from the top. Wow, Caravan totally crushed that. Let's go.
There must be order.
And here we have the battle at Karazikarak. Is there a battle? Oh,
Make your ancestors proud.
did it. Fantastic. Rid of Cathay. Cannot be stopped. I am curious about the stats here. I only fought 13 battles personally. I won 186 battles and lost 42, most of which were minor settlements. I killed 143 lords and destroyed 2,500 units. That's crazy. If you've never looked at this, it can be really interesting to look at. Most settlements held 69. Nice. And yeah, I've recruited 9 heroes, which were all like in the last 2 turns. So that has taken an hour. I think I'm gonna call it there for today because I have quite a few clips and stuff like that to make. But I will be back tomorrow with a new campaign. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you then.